Hey, there you are. Man, I have been on an adventure, I tell you what. And while I was out there, I did a little bit of reading that has the same thing. The first book I read while I was out there on my adventure was The Tale of Despereaux. It was written by Kate DiMichello and illustrated by Timothy Basil Earing. Okay, this is also a Newbery Medal winner. This is about a mouse that's not like other mice, okay? He doesn't eat crumbs off the floor. He's not worried about finding cheese, okay? Despereaux, he likes to read, but more importantly, he loves music. Now, I didn't tell you where he lived. He lives in the king's palace. And the king and queen, they have a daughter named Princess P. Now, Despereaux, like I said, he's not your average mouse. And he gets a little bit of trouble when Princess P and her dad, King Philip, start playing music. He doesn't hide in the shadows. He comes out and sits at their feet. And guess what happens? Well, Despereaux, Princess P finds him, and they become friends, okay? And I didn't tell you about another animal that lives in the palace, rats. Rats live in the palace, but not upstairs where Despereaux lives, but in the dungeon, okay? Now, if you can imagine, the dungeon's not really where you want to be. So Despereaux, when his brothers find out that he went and spoke to Princess P when she was playing music, they were very upset and brought him before the council, okay? The council, they just couldn't have any of it. So they sent him with a red thread around his neck to the dungeon, okay? Now, when he gets down to the dungeon, he hears about Princess P and that another rat, Roscuro, wants to kidnap her. The reason why he wants to kidnap her, this rat, he loves the light, okay? And in the dungeon, there is none. So he goes up during one of their parties, okay? He's on the chandelier and he accidentally falls into the soup that the queen is eating, okay? The queen is so distraught that she dies, okay? So that in his heart, Roscuro, he's very upset. So he has to decide what he's going to do about Princess P. Now, based off this book, I don't know exactly what might happen. Do you think that Despereaux saves his crush, his friend, Princess P? Or do you think Roscuro and the rats take her away forever? Okay, the next book I have to show you, it's a really good one, would be Precious Bones. Precious Bones is written by Micah Ashley Hollinger. Precious Bones, she's a 10-year-old girl and she lives with her parents on the edge of a magnificent Florida swamp. Now, her Bones' father, Nole, is an Indian. He's wise but as mischievous as a raccoon, okay? They live on the outskirts. They don't have any electricity. Now, Bones, she loves animals. She has a pet pig and a raccoon that sleeps with her, Nippy, okay? So this is in the summer of 1949, and Yankees come down trying to buy some of the swampland where they live. But something crazy happens. 2 murders happen in 1 week, and they're trying to pin the murders on Bones' father, Nole. And it's up to Bones and her friend Little Man to try to save him. Do you think that Nole is found guilty, or do you think Bones solved the murder? It's up to you. I just know that this book had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. The last book I read on my adventure is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Okay? This book is based off a mischievous boy that lives on the Mississippi River. His name is Tom Sawyer. Okay? Tom Sawyer, he's an interesting character, let me tell you. He has to do chores, but he actually tricks his friends into paying to do his chores. Tell me about that. That's crazy, isn't it? Then they run away, and then they hear the town's looking for them, and they decide to crash their own funeral, okay? But the most important thing, they were going to the graveyard to see if they could find a cure for warts, and that's not all they found. They witnessed a murder by the man named of Injun Joe. Injun Joe, he's the most feared man in the whole town. And he makes them, Tom and his best friend Huck, they promised each other they wouldn't tell. Now, when it comes to the town saying that the murder was caused by the hands of an innocent man, Tom and his best friend Huck, they have a decision to make. Are they going to stand for the truth in fear of Injun Joe might get them, or they're going to let an innocent man go behind bars? Okay, that's an adventure that was awesome. Okay, now these books relate to us because life is an adventure. Okay, every day is an adventure. Just like these characters I showed you in these books, you have to be brave enough to go out and live it. I hope you have some exciting adventures like I have. It's time for me to go. Till next time.